Actually, my friend was saying, that guy looks so familiar. Why do I know him?
From Albany High.
Oh, Albany High.
Yeah.
Right. Alex, this is Frank Owens, and he was a mentor, a coach, and you tell him. Please tell him.
Well, I'd known Dante for a long time. When he was, an athlete, I worked at Albany High School. Was the athletic director. I coached Dante when he was down in the Whitehall Babe Ruth. He was a great kid, and he will be sorely missed. He's an individual that you can't ask for a better person. All the years that I've known him, he was nothing but stand-up. I wish I would have known him in the more recent years. It's too sad that we lose sight of a lot of our people. But when you look back on the things that he did, and from the scholarship to his athletic ability and what he did with his life, he was a great role model for a lot of the other kids that are around here, and hopefully a lot of others will follow suit on the type of person that he was.
This was like a family member.
He was close. We used to pal around a lot. Like I said, he went to school with my son. They played. My other son coached him too down in Babe Ruth. So we had a lot of fun down there. He was the type of kid that, like I said, my son coached him, my son played with him, and at Albany High School and down at the Whitehall Babe Ruth. So he's certainly missed by a lot of people.
Mr. Owens was fair with us, and when I was trying to start problems during the gym class that I was supposed to be sticking to, he'd, you expected to get, in trouble.
You're gonna hear about it.
Yeah, he gets sent to the office, and he just, he say, "What's up?" Good guy. Frank Owens.
We had to deal with it.
He looks at you and he says, "Potassium. That's what you need."
Yeah, right. Potassium.
Frank Owens.
And this is not just an incident that takes place in one community. It takes place in communities across America. And it is not against the law to come out our house and be stopped, detained, harassed, and arrested for living in a neighborhood that is, quote, unquote, a high crime area. See, this is what they use as an excuse to stop our youth.
Yes.
This is what they say. It's a high crime area, so it's being a high crime area, they have the right to stop, detain, harass, and arrest our youth. But this individual lived less than 500 feet from where he was stopped, harassed, detained, and arrested. When asked what was his charge, the answer was resisting arrest and obstructing government administration. That is not a charge.
That's right.
That is not a charge. You cannot say that someone is resisting arrest. You cannot say someone is under arrest without a charge. And at that point, what was the charge? The charge was not mentioned at that time when I had the conference in the mayor's office with the chief of police. What's going down now is just a demonstration to let you know that what happened here happens across America. And we must protect our youth. We must be the ones that have the voice to say, hey, we live in this community. This is our community.
That's right.
How can you label it as being high crime area and give you the opportunity to stop our youth and detain them, harass them, and arrest them for no probable cause? There is a such thing called probable cause. Then I asked, did they have any 911 calls to respond to that area? There was no 911 calls. Was any crimes committed in that area? There was no crime committed in that area. Then why was this black individual stopped? Because it was 12 o'clock at night, and he likes to go to the store at 12 o'clock at night to get his cigarettes and get his snacks before he go in? I mean, one thing that our police do not have, they do not have sensitivity to the black community. But one thing they do have, they have a badge and they have a gun. And with that badge and with that gun, they feel they got the right to come down in communities of color and just do what they want to do. We need officers that live in our communities, that know our people, that know our neighbors. We need officers that know the names of the Robinsons and the McCalls and the Turners and the Thomases, who who is not afraid to knock on the door and say, hello, my name is Officer such and such. How are you doing? Is anything I can do to you? How's your children? I mean, let's face it. We do not have that in our communities. That's what we are lacking. We need the police to live here. We need the police to know who they approach and when they approach.
That's right.
Because if the police knew, if it was a community policing in place, they would have knew the family. They would have knew the history of this man who never, ever, was involved in drugs, violence, and guns. You know, he was a track, he was a 3-star, he was a basketball. You know, he had scholarships. You know, he did all the right things in life. He went to college. He served for the United States of America. He did military. You know, this is what I'm saying. You must stand as one and let them know that Black Lives Matter. 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 Yes, they do.
Black lives matter.
Yes, they do.
Yes, we do.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Alex, and the reason why I'm here today is because the night that it happened, I happened to walk up on the scene, and I was told that there was a standoff going on. Now, a standoff means that someone has to have a gun. Someone has to have a gun, and the police has to have a gun. Now, there was no weapon, there was nothing found, there was no gun. Now, when I arrived to the scene, I didn't see no ambulance. I didn't see nothing. By the time I got there, I did not see nothing but police. So now, the one thing that I can't agree with is that the officers need videos, they need recorders on side them, on their badges. Because if the officer can tell me that there was a standoff and that I need to leave, I need to go back for my safety, and then I wake up the next morning and find out that a black man had died at the hands of the police, if they would have had camcorders on them, they couldn't have lied.
That's right. That's right. That's
If they had camcorders on them, they couldn't have detained him unlawfully. If they would have had camcorders on them, they couldn't have did nothing wrong. And that's the reason why I'm here is that, yeah, I am a little nervous. I got up this morning and I went to the corner store and there's people going around saying that I should be fearful because the police is out to get me.
I ain't scared.
Now, I wasn't by myself, I was with my moms.
I ain't scared.
So now, because I'm brave enough to speak out on what I saw, I have to be fearful of my life. I can't walk around. I have children. But I'm here. The reason why I'm here is because it's time for us to stand. Fearful or not. It's time for us to stand. You can't come into our communities and keep killing us and beating on us because it don't just happen in Albany. It finally came to Albany. But why? Why? Why did it have to come to Albany? They're the Justice Department. We deserve justice, not getting whipped. Justice, not getting beat, but justice. Not getting harassed, but justice. If we want to walk the streets at 12 o'clock to go to the store, so what? Let me go get my cookies. Let me go do whatever I want to do. I'm not causing no one harm. That man should not be dead right now because he should have never got stopped.
That's right.
That's why I'm out here.
That's right, bro. That's right.
That's why I'm out here.
That's right.
And I thank you all for coming out here and having the courage to stand up for your community because the Justice Department ain't doing it.
No.
Thank you.
They ain't gonna take care of
Right, bro.
us. We gotta take care of ourselves.
That's right.
We gotta take care of ourselves. Black lives matter. Black lives matter.
Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black out here not tonight. I mean, that's not out here tonight because they scared.
Yeah.
They literally fear for their lives.
Right.
They fear for retribution.
Yeah.
Why do they think retribution might come? Because they understand what happened yesterday. So we are here tonight to let them know that this is not yesterday, this is today. We now live in a multicultural society. Multicultural. We all want to get along. Be honest with you. Anybody out here, who wants war? Who wants war? Don't nobody want war. Everybody want to live their life in peace. There's a certain fashion of society. They call it the 1 or 2%. They want to hoard everything, including our lives.
Yeah.
Including our lives. Enough is enough. Or when is enough? You're showing that enough is never enough because you're hoarding everything. It's paper, you're hoarding everything. I'm out here tonight for one reason. I'm out here for my youth. Because I understand that the national debt is I just read the other day, $18 trillion and climbing. It's never went down, it always went up. And if we don't devise a plan to repay this debt, we're always going to be at war.
Yeah.
We're jeopardizing our kids' future by allowing this to happen on our watch.
Yes, that's right.
This is our watch right now. We're in charge of the infrastructure, and we're not doing our jobs.
Right.
Collectively. It's our turn now. It's our turn to spread the news. It's our turn to tell our friends, why wasn't you out here tonight? It's power in numbers. That's why they think they can rule us. That's why we're in a subservient. We're being raised by a subservient mentality. You better than me, and I have to bow down to you. Well, guess what? We're tired of bowing down.
Yeah. Right.
We're tired of bowing down.
Yeah.
You're not my master.
Right.
You're not my master. Oh, I got it. I think you'll feel happy if we called you master. Is that what it is? We're not calling you master enough? We're not calling you master enough? Listen, we pay taxes, we live in this town. We're tired of being in camp, being policed by people who do not reside here.
Yeah. Right.
You do not live here. Stop just stopping us for any reason.
That's right, say that.
Stop just harassing us. We don't have to answer to you. Who the hell are you?
Right.
When you stop us, you gotta ask us. We gotta stop and submit to you. Answer all your questions. Who the fuck are you? We don't talk.
That's right.
Seriously, this ain't yesterday. This is today.
That's right.
This is today. And we are sick and tired of being sick and tired. And sick and tired of being sick and tired of you just treating us like we yesterday's slaves. This is 2015. And there's a lot of people out here tonight that get along.
That's right.
They get along just like the rest of society. There's a lot of all lives matter. When I heard people yelling Black Lives Matter, I don't think people get it. We understand that all lives matter.
I'm 78 years old. My generation, we have gone through a lot. And the generation before us, we did not do without, so you guys would do without.
Yeah.
We were not hurt day in and day out. We did not say yes sir, no sir, for nothing. That's right. We did it so you guys would have an opportunity
That's right. That's
to
right.
live as everyone else. It's a shame that our young women bear their children, that they know that they're going to be abused. It should be over. It should We have to band together. I don't care black, green, orange, white. We have to band together for what? Justice! 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 Justice!
Sometimes I blame myself because I could have did more. You know, do more. So remember my face. My name. I'm not scared of the police. I will approach you. If you're doing something wrong, I will physically change.
Communities become increasingly vocal about violent and unsafe policing. On April 2nd, 2015, once again, the reality of violent policing became all too clear to people in the capital region when Dante Ivy was killed by the Albany Police Department with a taser. The Social Justice Center and Holding Our Own believe that everyone has a right to safe streets, safe homes, and safe communities. We must have freedom from the beliefs that say that police can do whatever they want, that black and brown bodies are inherently suspect, and that targeted groups, whether they be poor, people of color, youth, LGBT, women, people with disabilities, are not free to move around our own communities. These beliefs and behaviors underpin violence in policing and the criminal justice system as a whole. It is time to make way for community-based solutions. We lend our most heartfelt condolence to Dante's family and friends. We stand in solidarity with them in their right to answers and justice. Not one more death. Black Lives Matter. We demand safe and just communities.
No justice, no peace. Disarm the police. No justice, no peace. Disarm the police. No justice, no peace. Disarm the police. No justice, no peace. Disarm the police.
Hear me? Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
My name is Valerie, and I don't mind speaking out. You know, it's not the first march that I've been to, and it won't be the last. Not only are men being stopped, they stopped me because I was dressed up, and they told me I looked like a drug dealer. I have never been to jail in my life. I said, you know, why are you harassing me? Why are you dressed like that? If I got the money, I'll buy whatever I want to buy. I'll wear what I want to wear. You know, I was so nervous because this is the first time I ever got stopped. No, this is not the first time. Let's back up. I was coming out of Lincoln Square. They told me that there was a curfew for being in there. How the hell is there a curfew for coming out of a project? And you got family that live there. Are you for real?
Right.
I'm tired of my son getting stopped. He works. And when he go home, he got to call me on the phone, and I talk to him till he get home. My son be scared to death. They stopped him, harassed him. Thank God he had a friend that lived nearby. My son was able to run into his house. Who knows what they did to my son? Stop jumping on us because we're black.
That's right.
I'm shaking a little bit. I'm
That's
nervous.
right.
You're stopped just because of the color of your skin? Give us a break. Slavery's over. That's why we fight for justice. We're tired of people dying. Our young people dying. You know what? They say parents supposed to leave before their kids. Our kids are leaving way younger than we expected. For nothing. These are innocent people. Everybody's not a goddamn criminal. Everybody don't have a gun. And then what? When you find them, like when they after they killed them and they searched them, there's no weapon. So you gotta come up with something. So let's get together and make something up. You know what I mean? No witnesses. Keep your phones on at all times.
That's right.
You got a right to film the police. You guys gotta be a certain distance, not too close on them. Use your camera. Pay attention to what's going on. But it's a shame. We're tired. No justice, no peace. And that's all.
The police.
It's on the police. It's not just here. It's all over. But we're getting sick and tired because we're black. We don't have the same right. Are you for real? Cut the bullshit out. We're sick and tired.
One of the things I just want to say is that, yes, we are tired of this. But I want to know how many of us that are here today have gone to the polls to vote. Because, you know, we have to go to the polls to vote because we need to put people in office that have our our best interests at heart. We need to make sure that these people come into our communities and that they talk to us. Not only they don't just send us a flyer, but they need to come talk to us and sit down at the table with us and find out what our concerns are. We will go out and we will vote for them, and we don't even know who they are. And another thing, that one of the things that I learned about Martin Luther King and all the other ones that marched back in the day is that they had a strategy. They had a strategy of how to go about getting what they needed. They banded together, and yes, they did march. But not only did they march, but they went in and they sat in City Hall, and they talked with the mayor. And this group that is here today, the mayor is not here right now. But all of us need to come in here at one time and come into the mayor's office and tell the mayor, this is what we demand as a people. We need to go to the legislature that's right here. And we need to talk to our politicians and tell them we are not going to go for this any longer, and they need to do something about it. They are the ones that can do something about it. We can talk all we want to.
That's right.
And we can put all the energy into it that we want to. But until we get a strategy and a plan confront this matter, until we come up with a plan to cripple this city, until they hear us, just like when they had the bus boycott, they decided to cripple the city until they will hear their demands. And we need to do something here in Albany that will cripple Albany until they hear our demands. We need to come up with a plan.
We galvanize right now. What we gotta do is do like the ancestors did. Each one teach one, each one reach one. So after today, we not done today, so it starts now. We gotta reach down into the youth, into the teenage community, and educate them, galvanize that energy, so that they can come out here, strengthen unity with the numbers like we are right now. Because far too often, it's this same demographic, this same age generation that comes out to share opinions and to politic and to debate. But we need to reach down and get to the youth.
That's right.
And bring them out here with us.
That's right.
Bring your cousins and your young brothers and sisters and your nieces and nephews. Like I see some kids that are out here, because they the ones that are just living with it. They deal with it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, the reason we're told that we need to have the police is to keep us safe. Right? We're told that if we didn't have the police, we wouldn't be safe, right? But let's remember, just a block from here, one block that way, 4 police officers went on trial for the killing of Amadou Diallo.
See?
Come on now. Come on. Right.
And all 4 of those police officers were acquitted on all charges.
All charges.
One block from here.
That's right.
One block from here.
Always. Ferguson, everywhere.
And 30 seconds before those police showed up at Amadou Diallo's doorstep, nobody was in danger. Nobody was unsafe. Nobody was in danger of being hurt. And then they fired 41 bullets at Amadou Diallo. And the whole neighborhood was unsafe.
Right.
And Oscar Grant, when he was on Fruitvale Station,
That's right.
and him and his friends
That's
were
right.
on the train,
That's right.
30 seconds before the police showed up, nobody was in danger.
That's right.
Nobody was in danger of being hurt. And the police showed up, and Oscar Grant was killed.
Yes.
And his daughter Tatiana has to live without a father.
That's right.
And Mike Brown,
Mike Brown.
Yes, sir.
who they say was stealing some cigars from a store. Well, let me say this, when he was walking down the street that day, before the officer contacted him, no one was in danger.
That's right.
Nobody was unsafe. And then the police officer showed up and killed Mike Brown.
That's right.
And when Eric Garner
Yes.
was selling cigarettes, 30 seconds before the police showed up, no one was in danger.
That's right.
Nobody was unsafe. Nobody was about to be hurt. And then the police showed up. And then somebody got killed. And people lost a family member. And here in our streets in Albany, 30 seconds before the police contacted Dante, nobody was in danger.
That's right.
That's right.
Nobody was unsafe. And now Dante is not with us anymore. So when they tell us we need the police to be safe, I ask you, what about all these bodies you guys are putting in our neighborhoods?
You better go ahead now.
That's right, baby.
Come on.
That's right.
And so the last thing I'll leave you with is my sincere belief that it is perfectly rational to want to live in a society without police.
Justice, no peace. Disarm the police.
In prison population in the United States are black.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
So
Yes.
we can no longer be comfortable thinking that it's just our black men to come up with whatever excuse for whatever justifications that they come up with. It's all our communities. We're all at war. We have to come together, not just as the black community, but as a whole community to address this and to combat it, because the police state is very real.
Let them know.
That's right.
Yo, can y'all hear me okay? Listen up. I had an opportunity to speak to one of the police officers who raises Eric Garner Jr.'s, Eric Garner's son. And Eric Garner Jr. did not watch the video of his father being killed for 3.5 months. It wasn't until November, thank you. It wasn't until November that he actually watched the video. And when he watched the video, he broke down naturally. He couldn't watch the video. He broke down. And then as he was watching the video, he saw EMTs, he saw police officers, he saw all of these people of Victorio's safety, and he asked a very simple question. All of these people are around my father.
Nobody did that.
Why did he die? All of these people who are emergency medically trained people, police, EMTs, how did my father die?
That's right.
There's one other thing I wanted to mention about this. Eric Garner Jr. wanted to be a police officer. He no longer has that feeling. This is a problem. This is a problem. The police officers who are around that situation, they saw that, and they can see that that can possibly be an example of what to follow. This has to stop. This training, this has to stop. That's all I have to say.
We tried to bring it up to the attention of the media, but now it's time that we take a step back and really gauge what is effective and what is not effective. It's been under a year since the Black Lives Matter took root for another homicide to be done by Albany Police Department. So is this really the most effective way to start defending our communities? I don't think so. So we really have to take a step back and look at the systematic problems. And if you look at it, it's bigger than the police. It's not about training, it's not about body cameras, it's bigger than that. Because if you look at it, they kill black people with immunity. The government stands there and protects them as they in trials and whatnot, because this is their agenda too. It's bigger than just the police. This is a general attack on our community. We're talking about food. We're talking about over-policing. We're talking about education. This is a systematic attack on our community. And we have to take a step back and look at who are the enemies and who are our friends and who are our allies. And we have to make a list, and we have to understand that list. Because if we keep not recognizing who our enemy is, we're going to keep getting picked off and picked off and picked off till there's nobody left to stand with us. So it's time that we really recognize what the problems are, and we treat ourselves as a colonial people, because we're being colonized just like the people of Palestine, just like South African apartheid. It's the same.
Right, Miss Tony? Hey. All I want to say is, right, why do we gotta keep proving our, why can't we live in peace like everybody else? Why? We pay our taxes, we pay to live here. Why do we gotta go search and see why they treat us like this? Why? This is 2015. When I was a little girl looking at Martin Luther King and them getting sprayed with fire hoses and stuff, and I'm telling my mother, why are they doing that to them people? Because they're black. Really? Why? That's unexcusable. want the police and stuff. They're supposed to be our friends. They're supposed to be able to walk down our streets and speak to us. Hi, Miss Johnson. Hi, Miss Smith. Hi. Why not? Why do I have to go to the store and wondering if this policeman is gonna harass me when he's supposed to be protecting me?
That's right.
Why is that? Why do I have to worry about my son? Can't walk up and down the street or come visit his mother because he might get shot or tased or anything worse? And then no one is being accounted for it. They're not being held accountable.
That's right.
Because of why? The fucked up court system.
Yes.
Because it's on their side. You can sugarcoat it with all your words or whatever. But it's not right. It's not right. I'm tired of going to funerals. Tired.
Yes.
Or black men, black women, or black pets, whatever. They can live here.
Right, baby. That's right, baby. That's right, baby.
Yeah, I'm just here with Dante. That's my peoples. I love black people. I love all people. But Dante was a real person. He mattered, just like everybody here. But the beginning of the day, he was a good person. He was very humble. He was so soft-spoken, he couldn't hear you. And the situation he's going through, he couldn't hear you. He was just real humble. If you ran up on him aggressively, of course he would be scared and nervous. He lived with me. We lived together. We grew up together.
So, just really briefly, the police in the United States didn't formally become what we now see as police, a publicly funded municipal force, until about the 1830s. Something else was happening around that time, as you might know or guess, and that would be sort of the rise of the movement for the abolition of slavery in the United States. The history of the police department in southern states is exactly, what you might guess, slave patrols. They were sort of bands of people voluntarily organized and then were supported by the municipalities that they lived in to do the work of capturing slaves.
Memorial will lead us in our pledge of allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. And we would ask that you would all remember the Ivy family in your moment of silence this evening.
Congratulations to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Motion to waive the rules.
Second.
We need a unanimous vote to do that. So all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you. So we have 3 more speakers that we can take. Wait, I'm sorry. There is an opposition. Okay, I didn't hear you.
Is that, do we discuss?
My understanding was that in order.
You want to have discussion on the motion to suspend the rules to about 15 more minutes? Okay, there should be discussion.
Okay, is there discussion? I'm sorry.
The concern I have is that we put in place the rules regarding during the public comment period and provision for extension of that public comment period, and then a provision for additional speakers that cannot be commented within that hour. We provide for additional public comments at the end of the meeting prior to adjournment. To this point, we have not heard from that. We have the speakers that for 2 periods at the end take that public comment. What we're doing is creating precedent tonight that we will, waive the rules to provide
provide for additional public comment beyond what our rules currently state. So the question then becomes, then do we continue to do that in the future, or what are the standards that we employ for purposes of police? And that's nothing to do with the speakers or what they have to say. It's how procedure is designed to proceed and what we can do in the future. That's the issue that needs to be considered.
Mr. Robinson? Time.
Thank you, Madam President. My colleague speaks about precedent. Our city has disclosed a life, unfortunate situation, and people that came out tonight really voiced their concerns and their hurt and their heartfelt feelings about what has took place. I mean, ask another 15 minutes of public comment. If that's the precedent that has to take and let the voices be heard, I urge you, and I urge my colleagues, to please allow it to happen. Thank you.
Mr. President.
Just want to echo what Councilman Mark Robinson said, and it is a unique situation for sure, and just to direct council members, I mean, we have a host of ordinances that need to be introduced, several votes that need to be taken tonight. By the time these folks have an opportunity to speak, it's going to be late in the evening. We are not, asking the world here. It is 15 minutes. We're not drastically changing precedents, as Councilman Robinson so eloquently pointed out. The circumstances are special, so 15 minutes is certainly reasonable.
Thank you. Mr. Ivy.
Thank you, Madam President. I stand because the people have paid me to speak. And I stand also as a family member of the deceased. And if these people come to speak in 15 minutes, for 3 speakers, and we're going to deny that, then we've been waiting since the day they killed Dante. But we haven't got an answer yet why it was stopped. So I think that we should be able to sit here as the law-abiding elected officials of this city and say, yes, let's hear the 3 speakers. 15 minutes, but it'll be 15 minutes and Dante didn't happen. So let's hear what the people have to say.
Yes.
Is there anyone else? Mr.
President as we move forward, because it's going to be a point that you might deny. So I'm not going to do that with any exception. If that's nothing to do with speakers or anything else. But we create a precedent.
And what I think here is that, and that's a point well taken from you, Mr. Conte, and the fact that the precedent may be set that we actually voted to suspend the rules. But that doesn't mean that in each situation has to be handled individually. And it seems that tonight, it seems to be the consensus of the council at this point that they would be willing to suspend the rules. I don't believe that it's from now on that this is going to take place, but I believe that you handle each situation specifically at that given time. President has been set that just says, yes, you can do it. So I don't think anyone needs to feel that all of a sudden the processes and procedures of the council have been overturned forever and a day. So at this point, I'm going to call for the vote. All those in favor of extending the public comment for another 15 minutes to encompass 3 speakers. Let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you very much. The resolution, the recommendation passes. So I'm going to ask the clerk to please call the next speaker.
I'll be real brief. Just getting back off of a lot of stuff that was said already. I'm not going to take long. And I really want to go on one thing that one of your committees just spoke about rules. If you guys, being a committee, are so stuck on rules in this one meeting right here, how come police get to break rules every day? Rules were broken. Police officers stop and harass us every day. And it's always our word against them. I was told that there was a standoff. There was never no standoff. There was never no sounds of gunfire or anything like that. People was getting pulled over and getting harassed daily. And it's our word against the police and their authority, and we're losing every time. Now, my question is this, who are holding the police officers accountable for their actions? If we come into a committee meeting and because there's an extra 15 minutes, we can sit here and talk about rules, but yet rules are being broken by the people that I work and everybody else in here working and pay taxes and pay their salary. How come they are able to break the rules every day, every night, and no one says nothing, but yet the committee is so stuck on an extra 15 minutes? I'm going to end it up with this right here. The best way to stop harassment, depending on any color, anything like that, put videotapes on the officers. And I say that with emphasis. Put recorders on. Because it's always our word against them, and we lose every time. You see it on Facebook, you see it everywhere. And right now it's getting to a point where it doesn't even have a color. People are getting harassed every day by the people that we are working our butts off to pay their salary. Somebody needs to be held accountable for this. And you guys as being a committee, you guys need to make sure that something happens. We can't come here and just talk, and there's no results. So I'm here today, I'm asking for results. And the best way to get results is to put video cameras on officers. So therefore, it won't have to be our word against them. The proof is right there. Thank you. Have a good night.
There is still hope that another investigation will change how officers approach people on the streets, especially those who may be mentally ill. You are the future of our Albany community, the future of our country. It is up to us to advocate for what we believe in and find justice for Dante Ivy and his loved ones so this will never happen again. In the midst of you advocating for your beliefs, you must remember to use the most powerful tool granted to us as students, your voice. Thank you.
Good afternoon. First, I would like to thank every one of you for being here today. As we all can see, we sent an email to the whole student body, but this shows the amount of people that care about what's happening today. I would also like to thank Mr. Robinson for coming to campus today. Really appreciate it. First, I want to give a special thanks to the College Democrats and all the student group that actually organized this. There's not a lot of people that speak about these issues. So please give a round of applause to the College Democrats. But today we are gathered here to mourn the loss of yet another brother. But who's Dante Ivy? Well, he was an Albany High School alumni who's remembered by his faculty for his academic and athletic achievements. From Albany High, Mr. Ivy went to Virginia State University, where he graduated and returned to his family back here in Albany. His story is no different than any one of us. Another unarmed black man has died at the hands of the police. We can't stand for this anymore. It's time to start asking questions. What that suspicious activity really means. Does it mean having your hood up and wearing a baggy clothes? Does it mean that you're in the wrong place at the wrong time or just the wrong color? Too many young promising black men have died from excessive force. Some were too young to even have a chance at life yet to even see what's happening. It's time for change. We are the future and we can be that change. We need to stand together and let the people in charge know that we are not okay with what is happening in America. We need to stand together for justice because all black lives matter. Speaking up is the first step. Let those who represent you know that there needs to be a change. The second step is becoming involved. As the saying goes, if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. That's right. We are at the place where we can no longer be at the sidelines, and we need to be in the front lines of this battle. Lastly, we need to remain peaceful. Dr. Martin Luther King once said, "Non-violence is the way of the strong man." When it comes to this issue, we cannot give police or anyone a reason to confront us because too many of the brothers has fallen from confrontation. So it is important for us to fight this the way that many of the great protesters like Dr. King, Nelson Mandela, and Malcolm X for us before. With our words and our presence, not with violence. So today, we are here to mourn Dante Ivy. We are still mourning Trayvon Martin, Eric Garner, Michael Brown, Tamir Rice, Walter Scott, who was just gunned down 2 days ago. We are the voices now. Stand together now and let's fight for justice. Now, thank you. We have one more speaker before our special. Is Echo around? Okay. So we're going to bring our special guest for today, Councilman Mark Robinson.
Thank you. I'd like to thank the student body for allowing me to come and speak on the issue of violence in urban areas. My name is Councilman Mark Robinson. I represent the city of Albany, 5th Ward, which is the district where a young man lost his life through the hands of the police. I am not here to justify the actions of the police. I am here to speak to you as a victim of police brutality. Dante is me. Unfortunately, he just happened to lose his life while in the custody of the Albany Police Department. It is not against the law to come out your house at 12 o'clock at night and roam the streets of a community where you are born and raised. I personally known Dante and his family. Me and his mother was the best of friends. May she rest in peace, and I know Dante is there with his mama right now, crying in her arms and saying, "Why me, mama? Why me?" I have done all the things to beat the odds. I have went to school, to the Dreamers program. When coming from a single parent household, when no one thought that I could succeed and rise above the means of what every black child in a community depressed with no opportunities. Yes, I said no opportunities because it was written in the paper 3 days ago that the city of Albany lacks 100 and lack of opportunities for black youth is a custom to juveniles in my community to be stopped, detained, harassed, and arrested by the Albany Police Department. Then chumped up charges such as resisting arrest and obstruction of government administration. But these are not charges, these are secondary charges. What was the means of the stop? Why would you stop a young man that happened to come out of his house at 12 o'clock at night just to roam the streets? We don't know what he was doing. We shouldn't care what he was doing. But the bottom line is he wasn't causing harm to anyone. For the police just to stop him and detain him and harass him and arrest him. And it is tragic. It is tragic for it to happen under my watch. When I constantly stress to my colleagues in council about the injustices that happen under the police watch in the Arbor Hill area. It's not just in Arbor Hill, it just happened to reach my backyard. This happens throughout the country. And what's needed is not only mandatory equipment to video all police stops in urban areas, because it's more than that. You know, it's about the approachment to begin with. It's about the sensitivity. You know, it's a lot of variables that's involved in this. I am not making a prejudgment call on what happened that evening. I am making a judgment call on being a victim on what happened to me. So, I mean, I stand here today and I encourage all you young people to involve yourself in the political system. If you're not registered to vote, please register to vote, because that's where it starts at. It starts with the numbers. It starts with the power. Every vote counts. You have a voice. You have a voice to make a difference. I will keep my comments brief because I'm a little under the weather, but I brought 2 candidates that I'll be running in this year's county election cycle. And I would like for them to give their version on how they see the police interacting with the youth in their community. The first up will be Minister Justice Barnes. He'll be running for the 3rd district. Hopefully, it will still be the 3rd district, because we know we're speaking a little premature because the county has to draw new lines. But whatever district it is, these 2 candidates will find themselves in them districts, and they will be running for these seats, because they understand, because they are on the ground running. Mr. Minister Justice Barnes will be speaking, and then Mr. Charles Obar Robinson will be speaking. Thank you so much.
Thank you. First and foremost, I want to say we have to do a thorough investigation and just rally behind the people that are standing up for this life that happened in our inner city. As you can look around the world, you can see things that's transpiring in regards to situations that's happening. So just rally behind the people that's standing up. Just investigate what went on in regards to this life. There's a lot of information that's not being revealed. So just not pass judgment yet. Just investigate and get behind the people that's standing up for this life. Thank you.
I have to smile. I really have to smile, because the fact that I'm even standing up here is just amazing to me.
What's up, Bo?
It really is amazing to me, because yesterday they said I was the enigma, the big black angry. But as you can see all across the country, what exists right now. And the fact that I'm even thinking about becoming a politician is the fact that I understand that I am a life-atition. I take life as it's handed to me. And the fact that I'm even in front of all these beautiful young people today is a testament for which direction I'm headed. Because the direction I'm headed is, I understand right now that the national debt is 18 trillion and climbing. And if we don't come up with a plan or devise a plan to correct that, that cross is always going to be on their back. See, it's not about my future, but it's about your future, the kids' future. And the people that's been in power right now, I don't think they're paying attention to the legacy that they're leaving behind in this world right now. We're living in a society that truly understands that all lives matter. That's why it's a multicultural. It's several different cultures of people standing out here today, who all just want to get along, who all want to preach that and understand that that is our future. Why should you continue? I've been on this planet for 55 years, and since I've been on this planet, it's always been war. So the fact that it's always been war, it hasn't given my generation an opportunity to really mature. That's why I'm standing in front of you today at the age of 55. Because it took me a little longer to mature because of the system that was in place when I was a little kid. The system that didn't teach me that readers become leaders. It took me to go to jail to become a consistent reader, to understand what's going on in life. So I implore all the young people right here that's in here today, just become vivacious readers and the spirit that exists within you will come out. It's a reason why 150 years ago, a person who picked up a book and looked like me, what happened to him? To know life is to know history. To know life is to know history. Once you know history, your life becomes a little bit more tranquil, or tranquility. So once I realized that my ancestors wasn't allowed to pick up a book, I said, oh, what's in books? Well, what's in books? What I understand, for every young person here, readers become leaders. The path of your life is already been preordained. Just follow it, accept it, embrace it, and love who you are first, and everything else will follow. So I hope that, this politician thing is new to me, and I repeat again, I'm a life edition. I'm just going to show up, and whatever happened, happened. But I understand once I start garnering the support of young people, I know where I'm going to stand when September comes. I'm not depending on anybody yesterday to vote for me. If they decide to, so be it. I'm dependent on the future to understand that I'm going to be in the room for you. They ask me, why would you be even running? The fact that I could be in the room and relate information to you to make your life better. But far as this national debt constantly climbing, going one way and not the other way, I just can't stand for it anymore. I really can't. Because I understand that everybody out here, especially young folks, is the future, and the legacy that my generation created for your future does not look good. Not look good. So I hope everybody be mindful of everything that happened after the day. Keep that energy that exists in you. Put yourself in places in order to make things happen, because you make the world go round. Thank you.